Alright, so it's back to the scriptorium. Let's talk to Martin. Go away, Andreas. Can't you see I'm busy? I thought we could have a pleasant conversation for once. Why would I want that? I've got so many better things to do. I guess I'll leave you to it then. Whatever. Alright. Oh, there's the guy. There's the guy. God bless you, Andreas. Hello, Brother Matthew. What are you doing out here? I thought you were aware that in addition to my role as Kiersau's sacrist, I tend to the shrine of St. Moritz. He is the patron of Tassing and Kiersau both, so it is my duty to ensure his reliquary is well cared for. Of course, the pilgrims' donations must make up a large portion of the monastery's income. There are other drives beyond the love of money, Master Maler. The sisters make badges in exchange for small donations to protect the pilgrims. Are you familiar with the life of St. Moritz? Or you are familiar with the life of St. Moritz, are you not? I've been so focused on my masterpiece I never had a moment to learn about St. Moritz. Well, you ought to learn something about Tassing's patron saint while you're here. By all means. St. Moritz is most widely known for his martyrdom at the hands of the Romans. He protected a town of Christians from slaughter. I just realized how tiny this man is. Sorry. This guy's a real Poindexter. He protected a town of Christians from slaughter, and in turn he and his legion were decimated. Sounds dreadful. The Lord calls us to cast down our lives for our brothers and sisters in the faith, Master Maler. Most of the pilgrims who visit come knowing only this, if anything, about his life. However, Tassing venerates St. Moritz because he was the one to convert the town and save it from destruction. St. Moritz came here? Indeed. He and his legion were snowed into this place, this pass. And the townsfolk refused to aid him. God, I can't read the script anymore. What's easy read fonts look like? That's fine. The daughter of the town's leader, Seisha, was moved in spirit and snuck from the town to convert. She led Moritz to a spring, and as soon as she was baptized, the snow melted, revealing all manner of fruits. Moritz and his legion were saved by these miraculous gifts. The town was converted, and the rebels fled into the mountains. How did Moritz's hand end up in Tassing? The Roman soldiers dismembered St. Moritz for fear he would resurrect like Christ. Christians of the town fled with his body so that it would not be further desecrated, and his hand was preserved here. What an astounding story. Thank you for the history lesson, Brother Matthew. You're welcome, Master Maler. God bless you. One more thing. I have a favor to ask of you. Yes, Andreas? I'd like to collect my wages. Prior Ference hasn't informed me that you finished any new manuscripts. You'll be paid on the completion of each additional manuscript you illuminate, not before. Can't you make an exception this once? Not without good reason. This abbey runs through mutual agreements, not haphazard payments. Breaking such contracts would cause undue trouble, not only for Kiersau, but for Tassing as well. Is that why Father Abbot has increased the taxes on the Gertners? What is this about, Andreas? I would like to help the Gertners pay their taxes to the Abbey. Then plead your case to Father Gurno. It's his decision. Matters pressing, Brother Matthew. In the name of Christian charity, isn't there anything you can do? What's giving you pause? Wait, what? My sacred duty is giving me pause, Master Maler. Speak to Father Gurno. I have no problem paying you early if it's the abbot's will to do so. God bless you. I'm confused. I didn't quite understand that. Interaction. Like there was like a menu there, but I guess I just wasn't compelling him enough. Where is Father Gurnot? Sacristy is locked. Let's go up to the tower. Trying to figure it out. Let's see. Nothing out of the ordinary here yet. Hidden ability check. Yeah, that's possible. I mean, my thing here was just that it seemed like that was like an interactable thing, but I couldn't figure out how to manipulate the menu on the side. Maybe if I was playing with mouse, it would have been a little bit easier. Whatever, I'll just work. Brother Edok, this work, I don't know where to start. Inconsistent spacing, rough strokes. You're working like you want to see this place closed. Brother Prior, I'm working to the best of my abilities and I dispute your criticism. May not be fast, but I still have my talent, praise be to God. Brother Guy, why are you still on this page? What's wrong with you? Normally you're so reliable. Many apologies, Brother Prior. I will work harder. Piero, I cannot believe this. Baron Rothvogel has come to check on his progress, and this is all you have. You should have finished this months ago. Is your mind so corrupted by age that you didn't notice the seasons have changed? Well, you're not the one who will have to answer for it, so why should you care? Typical. I don't want to say anything. Excuse me, Prior Ference, but I believe your point is made. Andreas, I will remind you that I am the master of the scriptorium and you are a guest here. I agree, Brother Prior. Brother Piero's work is unacceptably slow. You are insufferable, Brother Guy. Oh God, give me the patience to endure this. Please, everyone. This is my work and I accept responsibility for it. Prior Ference is right. Prior Ference, is this mine? It must be, yes? It is, my lord. I can explain. No, I don't want excuses. I've come all this way, and I have to be honest, I expected more. It's nowhere near finished, and the style is, well, it's a very old-fashioned. I thought I made my desires clear. I feel like my generosity towards Kiersau is being taken advantage of. Am I the fool in this sad story? No, of course not, my lord. Never. We can fix this. Of course. We only want to accommodate you. Ah, Andreas, good to see you again. My lord? Father Gurnot, why not have Andreas complete the rest of the illustrations? He's clearly capable. Well, my lord, why not have Brother Guy complete it if speed is your No. I'm not talking about script, that's fine. But the art, the illustrations. I want Andreas to do the others. Of course. I mean, if Andreas is all right with it. Pay me in advance on it, say the amount the Gertners owe on their taxes. And I will.
What? You can't dictate your fee to...
Father Gernot.
Very well. I'll have Brother Matthew drop the necessary funds.
Excellent. By the way, Father Abbot, am I still welcome at your table for supper?
Naturally, my lord.
Wonderful. I'd like Andreas to join us. My lord, I've already made supper plans with the Drucker family in town. Nonsense. You can eat with them any day. I'm only here for the evening. Well, Father?
Well, that would be quite unusual.
Unusual or not, I doubt that my good friend the Prince Bishop would deny additional guests at his table. What do you think?
I understand, yes, you're right, of course. Andreas may join us for supper.
I look forward to it.
You had this planned. You must have put your hook in the Baron this morning when you ambushed him in town.
Why are you mad at me? I'm trying to help.
Brother Prior, Andreas is not to blame for any of this. I am. Yes, you are. And you've embarrassed me, the abbot, and the abbey.
Prior Ferenc is right, of course. No wonder we don't get more commissions. Guy, can you stop flattering the Prior for 1 minute? Brothers. If you please, Sister Stena and I would prefer it if you could keep the noise down. It sounds like Samson slaying the Philistines in here.
Of course. Get back to work, everyone.
Well, that was not wonderful, but there's nothing to be done about it now. Finish my work here and wash up in the lavatorium for supper at the abbot's table. Alright. I keep checking that place because I don't want to, like, miss a potential puzzle that could be there. I'm checking around at different things just to make sure we're not missing stuff. I was hoping we could have just had dinner with the Druckers.
Andreas, I'm so glad you'll be joining us for supper, though the circumstances are unusual to be sure.
I won't be able to speak with you. None of the brothers will, but it will be good to have you with us. That's a shame. I always enjoy our talks. Now, the same doesn't apply to you at the abbot's table. You can talk all you like. Though I wouldn't recommend it. Father Abbot does not look kindly on idle chatter. Wish you could take my place, Brother Piero. You deserve the honor. Anyway, I'm sorry for how the prior treated you. It's not fair. It's humiliating.
Oh, no, my son. There's no need to worry about me or my pride.
And we all need a taste of humility from time to time to keep our feet on this earth. No, Andreas, you are my pride. I cannot claim to have taught you much, but I am proud to have known you and your work. And when you leave us all at Kiersau Abbey behind, you can call upon your friend Lorenz, the Baron Rothvogel, to help you in your career. There's nothing wrong with your style. It's not old just because a nobleman says so.
Don't trouble yourself over it. Time passes for us all. Things change. The future will write over the present. You need not fear it, any of it, so long as you remain true to yourself and God. Now I must hurry to the refectory to join my brothers. I will see you inside.
Is the refectory the place where they eat? A Dance of Death mural. Father Matthias had it painted a few years before his death. Beautiful. An artistic allegory on the constancy of death. Illustrations often feature people from every station of society to communicate that death inevitably claims everyone, from the peasant to the emperor. Whoa, okay. Abbot House? Pet Mirabilis. You can pet the dog. That's fun. Can't go to the lower abbey. Can't go up the stairs, so we'll just go back to the garden. All right. These cucumbers are growing quickly. I'm sure whatever isn't eaten will be pickled. I wonder what recipes the brothers have for peas. Kitchen and cellar. No dead bodies. Off to a good start. I'm just exploring all the places because I want to be able to see where things are. Andreas, glad you could join us. Thank you, my lord. Father Gournot, Father Thomas, Prior Ference. Simon Peter answered, "You are the Messiah, the Son of the living God." Oh, the Gospel of Matthew, wonderful. Jesus replied, "Blessed are you, Simon, son of Jonah, for this was not revealed to you by flesh and blood, but by my Father in heaven. And I tell you that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades will not overcome it." Have you read Matthew much, Andreas? I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven. Whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven. Then he ordered his disciples not to tell anyone that he was the Messiah. Whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven. That reminds me, Father Gournot, have you read anything by Martin Luther?
I can't say that I...
He has some incredible ideas about the church. Brilliant, I think.
My lord, is the meal to your liking? I believe I remember you enjoying our quail on your last visit.
The quail? My God, Father Abbot, the quail's fine. But don't you think Luther's ideas are worth discussing? He's talking about the future of the church, shaking things up in a way I don't think we've seen before. Father Thomas, you see value in his ideas, do you not?
My lord, I mean, no offense, but I do not.
Brother Matthew, yes. How appropriate. What are your thoughts on Luther's attacks on the church's sale of indulgences?
Baron, Please do not involve the other brothers in this conversation.
Fine, fine. What about Andreas? Certainly a man who attended the same university as Martin Luther can spare some thoughts on his work. He's really put me in a difficult position. Lorenz won't like it, but this is the abbot's table after all. A2, Andreas, I expected more of you.
Enough. Lord Rothvogel, you are our guest and are held in high esteem, but you have worn out my patience. You will not be discussing Luther's work with Andreas, Thomas, Matthew, or any other brother. Is that clear?
I suppose, Father, it is your abbey, but you're taking too much offense at this, and you're far too afraid of change. Whether it's from Luther or someone else, reform is coming to the church. You had better accept it.
What? Neither you nor Martin Luther dictate change to the Holy Church on their whim. This talk is beyond insulting. It's blasphemous, outrageous. How dare you?
I see. I've overstepped my bounds, and I suppose I've ruined everyone's supper. My apologies. In spite of this unpleasantness, I will make good on my manuscript payment and the donation of my copy of Historia Tassing. If you cannot accept what the future will bring, perhaps it's time for you to come to terms with your past. Well, no need to overstay my welcome, fathers, brothers, Andreas. Good night. Worst says, yeah, the talk of reform went over well at the Diet of Worms. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, this is maybe the most controversial topic of the time.
Thank you, Andreas, for not letting him engage you in his debate. No good would have come of it. Now then, I must ask you to leave so I can speak to the brothers in chapter privately. Brother Piero, please accompany Andreas out.
I will take my leave as well. Good night. We pissed off the nobleman, but, like, we also did kind of help him up to this point, so.
Don't worry about Father Gernot, the Baron. I'm sure we'll be fine by morning. I hope Father Abbot can see that the Baron's heart is in the right place, even if he picked the wrong time to express himself.
I think the Baron should apologize if he wants to be forgiven.
Think on Matthew, Andreas. Our forgiveness should come like God's love, freely, without condition. In any case, I do hope the Baron respects the Abbot's wishes for the rest of his stay, for everyone's sake.
Brother Piero, what do you think of Martin Luther's ideas?
That is for younger and wiser men than me to decide. I'm just a monk, thank God. Good night, my son.
I should get some sleep. But first... Oh, I can't go that way. I was gonna say I should go investigate stuff. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. A reliquary containing the hand of St. Moritz, which is said to have once held the Holy Lance. Also called the Spear of Destiny or the Lance of Longinus. It is said it is the lance that spears Jesus' side on the cross. Many legends surround the lance and several places claim to possess it. I like the vaguely smiley face the painting in the background is giving. Brother Matthew maintains this shrine along with some of the sisters who paint badges for pilgrims. Willem says, even if this is just a slice of life story set in 1500s Bavaria, I am enthralled. Yeah, That was like truly an enjoyable an enjoyable scene. I liked that. Tassing is lucky to have so much woundwort naturally growing. I had to buy it back in Nuremberg. Many petaled cinquefoil. Cinquefoil? It grows so easily, some consider it a weed. Still, I think it has a certain charm. Where to kitty? I want a kitty. There's the kitty. Sister Gertrude dries and stores all of her herbs here. Het mousfanger. Fanger. Oh, kitty. Oh, kitty. Sisters certainly keep their garden well tended. Ah, feverfew. Always smells so fresh. God bless you, Andreas. God bless you, Mother Cecilia. Is there something I can help you with? I noticed that you took the sisters inside when I walked up with the Baron. What concern of it is yours? Just seemed unusual. The Baron arrived to see the abbot in the scriptorium. It isn't appropriate for the sisters to interact with men. I see. That makes sense. Thank you, Mother Cecilia. Until later. Until then. I was just curious what she would say, if she had anything interesting to add, but it doesn't seem like we have much of an interaction with her. I don't, again, this game is like, feels like a weird cross between a RPG and a point-and-click adventure game, so I can't tell if there's like side quests I'm supposed to be picking up or not. Like, it's a little rough. Huh. There's a lamp still burning in the guest house. Lorenz must still be awake. Wonder how he's doing. What was he thinking? He's a baron, but he couldn't have expected that to go well. Storm doesn't seem to be letting up anytime soon. Poor night for stargazing. Should get back to the Gertners. Huh? Ah! Are you all right, Master Maler? I think so. You look like you've seen a ghost. There must be a better explanation than that.
I'm not here to tell you what you saw. Wouldn't be the first time people have seen ghosts around these parts.
Have you ever seen one?
Usually around the ruins. Who knows how many restless Romans lie beneath those stones? Well, I think I found Johann's last lost sheep, so I'm gonna head home. Take care, Master Maler.
Good night, Till. Huh, I think one of the sisters, probably Illuminata, was that her name? Illuminata? St. Christopher, one of the 14 holy helpers, St. Christopher is invoked as protection against the plague to safeguard travelers. He is often pictured with a large man with a staff carrying the child Jesus on his back across a swollen river. I think that was probably Sister Illuminata sneaking around, right? Snowdrops, one of the only flowers that can bloom this early in spring at this high altitude. Child's drawings. Wonder who the artist is. Collapsed. This must have allowed access to the aqueduct. So yeah, there's nothing around here for us to interact with yet, so... Curious mill. The wind turns the sails that powers the grinding stone. Pet Staub. Nice dog. Good dog. Nice work. Glass windows? They must have cost a fortune. Amelie. Ah, no! Pale horse, still on the floor. Matin, the pale horse, death. Monastic hour corresponding to 2 a.m. It is used for the night prayer. I like how flustered he looks. Sister, listen to my voice. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Yes. Yes, Father, I hear you. Am I here? Is this now? Yes. You are with us, and this is now. I apologize, Andreas. I imagine that must have been quite alarming. Is she all right? She is, yes. Sister Amelie is a mystic, gifted with visions when God sees fit to give her one. Some are more frightening than others. How long has she been here? She's been sealed in the cells next to the church for almost 10 years now. If you came to Mass more often, you would see that I give her communion through a window to her cell. Her cell? She's an anchoress, a religious hermit so devoted to God that she's enclosed herself in a cell next to the church. She is dead to the world but continues a life of prayer and religious contemplation. And sometimes, ever so rarely, she receives great and terrible visions. She local to Tassing, or was she a nun at Kiersau? Neither. She came here from a Benedictine Abbey in Lower Bavaria after it burned down. Bavaria, a powerful duchy in the southeastern Holy Roman Empire. It is east of Swabia and north of Tyrol. Tassing and Kiersau sit in extreme south of the duchy, near the border with Tyrol. I am her confessor and caretaker. Many anchoresses are not literate. I write down her visions and help interpret them. Now, I thought all the monks and nuns at Kiersau could read, even poor brother Volkbert. Thank you, Father Thomas. I must rest now. Of course, sister. She seems unhappy. She is not unhappy, but she is in pain, both physical and spiritual. Her spiritual pain comes from her revelations. They come and go. I try to address them as best I can. The physical pain comes from a deformity in her spine and aching in her joints. I know of no cure for that save prayer to the Almighty. Sister Amelie was saying she had a vision of death. Could someone be in danger? Oh no. Don't rush to judgment. Her visions are divine and powerful, but they could have many meanings. Some of her revelations take years to comprehend. Some may never be understood at all, as God wills it. Still, the argument at dinner was quite troubling. Perhaps it's cast a shadow over our thoughts. Now then, the good sister appears to have fallen back to sleep. I must prepare for bed myself. Good night, Andreas. Good night, Father. We gotta say sorry to the Druckers. It's not gonna work out for us, though, because we can't knock on their door, apparently. That's the bakery. They make pretzels there, apparently. Steinauer house. Ooh, Pet Schlan. Or Schlau. Me too, kitty. Alright. I don't think I need the easy fonts on. I think I can generally read that okay. Alright, And that just leads directly back to the town commons. Okay, interesting. The map is a little bit roundabout. It's kind of hard to tell exactly where we are without looking directly at it. Oh, old ill Peter fell asleep sitting in a chair. The whole family is right here. And then they have a guest bedroom upstairs just for us. The Picatrix, Key of Solomon, the Heptameron. Prior Ference keeps giving me all these books to read. Getting late. Should get some rest. Oh, look at that. We got little pajamas. Time to get back to work. Wow. Shh, it's all right, Ursula. Good morning. Need any help with Ursula? No, a little crying won't hurt her. Besides, I think we've gotten almost all of the leaks now. Ursula is my first child, and she's been a handful. But I think I have the hang of it now. Big Jorg has been a godsend. He helped Christine with Ava when she was a baby. Never took you for a family man, Andreas. I have 2 older brothers, both married, so there are plenty of nieces and nephews for me to play uncle to. I appreciate the offer. You'll make a fine husband someday, Andreas. Well, the storm let up. It's been going all morning. Peter and Jorg are outside trying to deal with the flooding as best they can. Oh my, is the farm in danger? There's always a danger with this much rain, but we've lived through worse. Whatever happens, it will be as God wills it. We must have faith in Providence and endure what is to come. Oh, I have some food for you. Thank you. Here, sorry I couldn't prepare anything more. Thank you. Otto wanted me to say hello, by the way. Oh, he did? Good, thank you. Have a good day at the Abbey, Andreas. Try to stay dry. Thanks, you too. Good luck. Be good, Ursula.
Andreas.
Oh, I didn't see the wall was broken. Is that from the flood?
It is. It must have broken in the night. Some of our sheep escaped. We'll have to track them down later. This is the way it always is. Rain falls on the Abbey and rolls downhill to us little people.
Well, it's hard to blame the Abbey for that. That's just how the rain works.
There's a reason we're down here and they're up there, Andreas. Anyway, I have to get back to this. See you later.
Hello, Andreas. Hello, Andreas. All right, I was trying to see if I could pay them, if I got paid in advance. Hello, Andreas. Good morning, Andres. So, Otto and Ava, huh? Yeah, what about them? How's their courtship developing? Doing fine, you think?
I'm not a gossip, Andreas.
I'm just curious.
I can tell. I don't really concern myself with the personal lives of others, Andreas. But truth be told, I think he's being a bit too slow about it.
Oh?
He's old enough already not to be smitten like a boy. They both like each other. Seems to me if you found the right person, you should go for it. It's what I would do.
Where's Mrs. Schmitten, if I may ask?
That's a private matter.
You just haven't found the right person?
No. I do hope to find someone to have at my side as we build a family. God has not given me this blessing.
It may not be as remarkable as people say.
Maybe. I must get back to work, Andreas. Enough talk.
Until later. Ah, so the game is forcing me to go around and explore the rest of the town by putting blockades in my path.
God be with you, Andreas. Seems like we have a good spring storm, though. Hope it lets up soon.
Good morning. It's annoying. I have to walk all the way up to the Abbey in this.
Complaining won't do you any good. Best to endure and have faith in God.
Ulrich, I paid Gret for last week's pumpernickel. Sorry to make you wait for it.
It's no trouble at all. Please say hello to Lucky for me.
Of course. Now I'm off to home and then to the Pfeiffers. Good morning, Agnes. What's going on at the Pfeiffers? Helena has about a month to go before her child is due. Her last one was hard. He didn't make it, God rest his soul. I just want to give her the best chance she can have.
It is in God's hands. Trust in providence.
Always, Ulrich, but I'll do what I can to help. Why make the Lord do all the work? I must be off now. Good day to you both, and Andreas, stay out of the rain. Tell Helena I will pray for her health. She will appreciate that, Andreas, thank you. Until later. Until later, Agnes.
God bless you, Andreas.
I was wondering if I could, like, buy bread or something. The Steinauer house. I'm just trying to see, like, what... if there are interactable things, you know? This being the kind of game it is, I can't, again, tell if there's, like, little puzzles everywhere, if there's, like, stuff to interact with, etc., etc. That's lucky. Again, no more info here. Clearly one of the nuns is escaping the convent, though.
Hello there, Master Maler.
Hello, Till.
Bumped into any ghosts lately?
Ah,
Have you ever seen a nicer view? Don't get sights like this in the cities, I expect.
I could do without the mud on my shoes, but the aqueduct does make a nice silhouette.
Oh yes, the old Roman ruins. Tassing is full of them. Quite the marvels they are. Don't pay much mind to the writing on them, as I can't read Latin myself, but you might enjoy giving them a look. If you do, you'll have to tell me if they match the old legends I read about.
I didn't know you could read.
Only German, I'm afraid. I never had the skill to learn anything else. Still, Father Matthias was always kind enough to lend me a book now and then. I think I read through half the Abbey's library before Father Gano became adept.
Oh, and so his script got upgraded because he's illiterate. Interesting. Father Gano won't let you read books anymore?
No, it's not that he won't let me read books, just not any that he doesn't deem appropriate. Now, he and Father Thomas are stricter than I'd be like about the matters, but it can't be helped. Still, the accounts of the Romans in Tassing are my favorite. That old book talked about how the Roman knight Gaius Metallus defeated the Rhaeti, I think it was. Heavy snowfall had been caught in this very valley. Barbarians on all sides. When Mars, the Roman god of war and agriculture, Mars represented civilization and peace through military might, sent a wolf to the night. Instead of killing the beast, Gaius followed it to a magical spring with trees covered in all sorts of fruit. Mars provided the wolf and the spring, and Gaius Metellus founded Tassing after defeating the barbarians to honor Mars. That's where all this came from.
That sounds a lot like the story Brother Matthew told me about St. Moritz, without the Roman gods, of course. I hadn't thought of that. Both were snowed into this valley, weren't they? And saved near a spring. I wonder if it's the same story. Oh, I don't know about all that, Master Maler. A lot of stories get mixed up over the years. It might be all fable, but I enjoy the story all the same. It's nice to feel you've connected to those who came before you, even if it's only by the land you live on. Wise words. I feel the same. It's been good chatting with you, Master Maler, but I'd better get back to work. You let me know if you find any particularly good books in the library, all right? I will. Until later, Till. Martin? Hey, Martin. All right, I need to investigate this. I don't know what this means. Eat shit, Andreas. Ah. Should get to the scriptorium. Gurnot will give me an earful if I'm late again. Okay, so that bar isn't actually interactive. It's basically telling me what is and isn't. It's literally just you pass or you fail. Václav. Oh, hello. Hello. You're not a local, are you? No, I'm staying in Tassing only briefly. Why stay out here in the forest? People don't much like Romani. Most folk despise anything that's different, like staying on the edge of town. Not me. There's an incredible diversity in nature. I find it awe-inspiring. Variation comes with dangers, too. I haven't seen you too often. Do you live here? I'm only visiting Tassing as well. My name is Andreas Maler. Oh, you're the artist staying up at the Abbey. It's nice to meet you. Most folk in Tassing don't come down here to talk. Alright, I'm Václav, a traveling tinker. I travel from place to place, sharpen knives, mend small things that need mending, that sort of thing. What brought you to Tassing, Václav? Well, I actually came to visit Kiersau's library. I'd hoped for one of the monks to read them to me, but the abbot wouldn't let me in. Father Gurnot is a grumpy old man. I think he has half a mind to throw me out of the scriptorium most days. He does seem like an angry man. He threatened to expel me from Tassing entirely. What were you looking for? Well, he explained I was looking for a text about the elements. They're primordial, as Aristotle says, then God didn't create them. They exist with him since the dawn of time. That's a fascinating idea. Not only that, but it explains the presence of the angels and demons before the creation of the world. Of the 5 elements, angels are fire and air, and demons are water and earth. And the world was ether before the Lord formed it. That's why Satan appeared as a snake to Eve. Snakes can only dwell in deep caves and pools. Be careful, Václav. People have been imprisoned for talking like that. I am well aware, Master Maler. Nevertheless, I thank you for your concern. Anyway, I should get back to work. Until later, Václav. Oh, Master Maler. Yes. We met once before, I think. You were drawing something by the waterfall. I'm Smokey. Well, Adam, but people call me Smokey. I remember. Ah, good. So, is there anything I can do for you? No, just being friendly. Oh, of course. Good to see you. Until next time, Master Maler. Until then. Alrighty, interesting. Just hanging out in the woods. Most of this felling is for the Abbey's renovations and firewood. The town can only gather sticks. Rotten and full of bugs, no wonder Otto hasn't split it up. Old Otto.
Good to see you, Andreas.
The waterfall must flow down from the snowmelt in the mountains above the Abbey. The soil in these woods is rich and moist. It would be an excellent place to forage for mushrooms, but I don't have the time. That is what he said, right? Tassing's old salt mine, how the town made money before the Imperial Road opened up. Also called the Via Imperii, the Imperial Road links Venice in the south with Stettin on the Baltic Sea in the north. It passes through Verona, Innsbruck, Nuremberg, and many other cities along the way. It also brings thousands of travelers to Tassing and Kiersau every year. That's either a grave or some kind of shrine at the end there, but we can't really interact with it, so. Alright, so we've seen most of the areas in the town we can actually go to. Carving of Saint Sasha looks quite old. It's kind of cool. I wonder if that's also a hidden passage that we'll find out about eventually.
God be with you, Andreas.
Are you still preparing to leave, even with this weather?
The weather is unfortunate, but the Baron's wife, Lady Salamea, will be arriving today.
My lord intends to depart as soon as she arrives. How long have they been married?
7 years now. She's a fine woman and a true lady.
I was hoping to bid farewell to the Baron before he leaves.
I'm sure he would appreciate that. He spoke highly of you before he went to bed.
He was disappointed that you didn't debate him at supper, but he understands that you didn't want to anger the abbot. It's not good business to annoy your employer, even if you do so on behalf of your employer's patron. Oh, believe me, I know. Luckily, I'm not put in that position often. It really doesn't seem like we have a good opportunity here. Is there any chance I could redeem myself in the Baron's eyes? Perhaps not on this occasion. Believe you may have offended the Baron in some other way as well. Some way? Or some ways. I would not fret too much about it, Master Maler. He is a forgiving man. Where is your master gone, then? He went for a walk early in the morning. He didn't say when he'd be back. It seems odd, given the weather. Not odd for him. My lord enjoys hiking in all sorts of weather. A little rain never bothered him. I can sympathize. We Swabians enjoy a good walk through nature even in such conditions. Well, I apologize for taking up so much of your time. Good luck, good speed, and I hope you can keep dry. It's no trouble, and many thanks. Till next time, Andreas. Oh, one thing before you go. Did you see a short, surly-looking young man in a hat on your way up this morning? Ah, that can only be Martin Bauer. He ran past me in the meadow as I was walking up the hill. He was in quite a hurry. Ah, that would explain my lord's missing rings. You believe he stole from you? Not from me, no. From my lord. 1 gold, 1 silver, a handful of golden, and a book the Baron was planning to give to the Abbey.
A book? Historia Tassier?
I believe so, yes. I went to pack the Baron's things and they were missing. The boy is a known thief. It wouldn't surprise me if he's responsible for the missing rings. That would explain it then. Regrettably, he had an ample opportunity for his theft. Yesterday I caught the boy with the hat, Martin, supposed peering in through the windows. Could have admonished him at the time, but he seemed harmless. That's a shame. I hope the Baron won't be too put out. My lord is a man of some means. He won't miss the gold or the rings. I do think he'll be quite upset about the book. He was quite excited for the abbot to see it. In any case, I must finish preparing for the horses. It was good talking to you, Andreas. Of course, I hope this rain lets up for you soon. God willing, until next time. Until then, I think we should maybe head to town and try to get the book back from Martin. That seems like a pretty good idea.